Thank you. And first of all, welcome Christy. Come to be with us today. Now,
could you Christy, could we tell everybody who Christy is, and maybe Christy could say just a few little words.
Hi, my name is Christy Wolf, and I think that I've seen most of you on some Zoom things that we've done. But I am actually here living in the Calder Falls area, which is next door to Akron. Actually went to high school here at our Lady Elms. My sister more than. And just became a candidate as of July 1st of this year. So still in the process of, I was telling someone, I read a headline recently that the average American home has 300,000 items in it. So I am dealing with my 300,000 items so that I can put my house on the market. And we'll determine a welcome date down in Columbus. So that's complete. So that's right. So I am very pleased to be able to be here this evening for the rest of the retreat activities.
Yay.
And I'm a physical therapist.
Yay.
welcome. Thank you very much. Before we start, let's take a moment of quiet to settle ourselves, to be with God and with ourselves. Why don't we take about 1 minute? Hello. I hope that 1 minute is over. I don't know. But welcome back. And now we have the community topic about community living. As you know that for the Dominican charism, we have 4 pillars. This morning and this afternoon, we have study or prayer, study and ministry. And now if we don't have the community living, I think we cannot have the table with three legs. So now we have to bring one community from South Bend, Indiana here with us. Actually, that community, we have 3 people, Sister Amy, Sister Mary, and Sister Annie. So, but right now, Sister Amy, the schedule is complete, so she cannot be here with us, and she's sorry about that. So now we have Annie and Mary. This community was formed in the beginning of July, so they are really new. So welcome Mary and Annie, and thank you for spending time with us here. And can you share with us about your community experience living and how does it form and everything, if you can share?
Sure. You want me to start? Well, you mean community living here or our personal community living?
Community living there, and then after that we can share the other community living later.
Well, we came here, like you said, in July. But before then, when we gathered, and Annie had a fellowship at Notre Dame. And so she was going to move here because she's going to work at Notre Dame. And so she needed a community. So Pat Toohill said she had a dream.
We knew about those.
So she called Amy and myself to ask us if we were willing to move to South Bend to be community with Annie. So we discerned, and I was in the midst of moving anyway. So I said, sure. And Amy also heard God's calling. So she moved here also. So we came here on June 30th. And this house had nothing. So Amy was very instrumental in getting all of the stuff and bringing it here. And you helped her. Annie helped her. But it's been a very good community so far. And there are 2 other sisters in South Bend. And then there are one sister who is a Peace and one sister who is an Adrian in Michigan. And they come down very often to build community here. We eat together. They've helped us move in here. So it's a great community building when we came here. So our day is we start out with prayer in the mornings. And then I work in the house. Annie goes to work at Notre Dame. And then Amy, she's at home. And she works on her music. She's a musician. So she's doing that. And she has a couple of other projects to do. And then we pray together in the evening, and then we eat together for dinner. And that's our community life.
We walk.
Yeah, after
an evening walk.
Yes, and we love it. But I love this community, because we're all interested in different things. And so when we eat or when we have on our walks, we share about things that we've been involved in. And so it opened my eyes to different things that is happening in the world, whereas I wouldn't be aware of if I didn't have other sisters around to help me.
I guess I'll add that I feel it was just very generous for Mary and Amy to move. And I feel very blessed by this new community. And it is, I think the sisters who were already here in South Bend, it's meaning a lot to them to have more Dominicans here in the area. And yes, we all bring our different life experiences. And so the sharing is very rich, and, we're getting to know the place together and exploring the area. So what have we done so far? We went blueberry picking. Last weekend, we went up to Lake Michigan, and we went to a botanical garden. We're going to an orchard tomorrow. So some weekend excursions.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Maybe you don't know much about this community. Hello,
And can I ask you a question?
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Yes.
Annie, you just recently finished your initiate, right?
Yeah.
When?
I so for the canonical year, we go to the novitiate that is now in Chicago.
Are you in your second canonical
In the
year?
second year, novice. Yeah,
You're still a novice.
I'm still a novice. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I wasn't clear with being able to tell. I thought you had finished your second year because of your fellowship.
I'm a first
The
year.
canonical year while you had the fellowship at St. Louis U, is that it?
I finished the canonical year, and then in our second year as a novice, we work.
Well, you can work. Yeah, I got it mixed up. Sorry. Yeah, you finished your canonical year. Yeah, and then can't think of your name right now. My 80 brain is going. Come on. Huh?
Sister Mary.
Mary, yeah. But I know her as Mary Vuong. Right. When were you getting ready to leave Texas? Were you in Texas? Is that right?
Yes.
You were getting ready to leave. You finished your ministry there.
Yes, I was staying with my mom. I was helping my parents out because they are sick and elderly. And then they didn't need me anymore. So I was planning to move
Okay.
to Columbus. But
Okay.
then Pat had this dream
Yeah.
and she called me.
Pat was on earlier talking to us, so she got to know Pat very well, which is wonderful. You can imagine Pat having a dream. Tara could do that, yeah. Okay, thank you. Those are just a little clarification because I told her ahead of time what I knew about y'all, but then I started thinking maybe I don't really know. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, thank you for that question. Let me explain a little bit for those who are, discerners. First of all, the first step that you are in the discerners. And then if you say yes to the community, you do the application, and then you become, and everything okay, you become like candidate like Christy. And after the candidacy program, and then you can move on to novices. And there are 2 years in novitiate year. The first year is canonical novitiate year. That is when Trump and Kathy are now. They live in Chicago. You will see them this up around 8 o'clock. And then after the canonical year, they go back to the community and then become the apostolic novitiate year. And that's Annie is about. And after novitiate year, you apply to go to temporary profess. And after temporary profess, you will make the final perpetual vow. That is where Sister Anna did. That you saw the video. So that is the formation steps. That is the program in the folder. So Annie is a second year novitiate. So that means she working at the apostolic year. So that's it. Thank you. Yeah.
This is one of those, and then the other one is where Christy is on the front. The fold out brochure. Looks like everyone kept that one because it's not with the extras.
And when you have the question, do you have any question before we move forward for this sharing? Any questions?
Yeah, I'd like to know where Amy is, my breakfast partner.
They want Sister John want to know where is Amy.
She's at the ball game, I bet.
She has a Zoom meeting with her former students from Great Bend.
Oh.
And so she said she was very sorry that she is missing this session, but she had already made a commitment with the Great Hurst students long time ago. So she just
we missed her.
Excuse me.
Yeah. They say that tell her that we miss her and make her the hard time.
Oh,
Yeah. And all of you know Sister Amy, she used to be in this Akron. She lived the house on the campus in here. So she just moved out because of this community.
She used to come into the Emeralds sermon.
Yes, if some of you go to the Emerald sermon, she was there a few times, many times. So, any question about